Y'all see the topic, are men meant to be monogamous? Are men meant to be monogamous? Um, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Um, give people some time to come on before we get started. So soon as I see two or three get on here, I'm gonna get them started. I'm gonna get started. Oh, I see three on YouTube. So far I don't see nothing on Facebook yet, but let's roll with it. Um, are men meant to be monogamous? And the reason I'm doing this video because in today's society, um, a lot of people are promoting polygamy, and the sad part about it is a lot of women are being in agreement with it. Because society is telling women that men not meant to be monogamous, so you might as well let a man cheat because they're gonna cheat anyways. And that just really is to break the consciousness, of a queen. Like Pastor Blake said, female slave conditioning. You know, that what society trying to do to women is to break their queen consciousness, and get them to settle, you know. Um, that's why a lot of women are falling for it. And thing about it is, what a lot of men doing are not really polygamy. Some men are doing polygamy, but a lot of men who have multiple girlfriends is not polygamy. Polygamy is when you have multiple wives and you are providing for those wives. The wife don't work, and you have multiple wives. But if you're not married and you're a man, if a man not married and he have multiple women, that's not polygamy. That's called rotation. That's called being a hoe. That's called a male hoe. So a lot of men talking about men not be meant to be monogamy, meant to be polygamy, but they're not married. They're not married. So that's not polygamy. Polygamy is when a man who's able to afford more than one wife, and he provide for the wives, and they don't, the wives don't work. In certain cultures, like the Muslim culture, they do polygamy. Other countries, polygamy is part of their culture. You know, but a broke man, can't practice polygamy. You gotta have money to be, um, in polygamous marriage. You see what I'm saying? Now, and these people are using the Bible. They are using God's word um, to coincide with their foolishness. You know, saying that polygamy is in the Bible. God allowed polygamy and all that kind of stuff. It's in the Bible. And promoting that women got to share a man. Because it's in the Bible. Even when Kevin Samuels was here, he said the same thing on one video that if you want a rich man, you gonna have to share him because Solomon was a rich man and he had multiple wives. You know, so and I have seen women call and he convinced women to share men. And women would call and he would. By the end of the call, women would agree with sharing the man. Women would say, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. We might as well go ahead and share a man because they're gonna cheat anyway. All men cheat. They're gonna cheat anyway." you know. But that's not the case. Men can be monogamous if they want to. See, it goes back to what I was saying yesterday. The big idea yesterday. You know, the reason why a lot of men want multiple women and multiple wives is just built upon lust. You know, when God allowed polygamy in the Bible, He didn't allow it in the Old Testament. He didn't allow it to feed a man lust. It was different reasons why God allowed polygamy in the Old Testament, and I'm gonna get into that. But reason why a lot of men want multiple women is because the spirit of lust. One woman can't satisfy them. And see, when you watch nasty movies a lot, all on Instagram all day long, one woman can't satisfy you. And that's the problem with a lot of men. They want to have multiple women because of lust, not because they want to provide and marry the women and take care of the women. Now you got some people who are actually doing polygamy. You know, how you doing, Steph? My eyes getting better. My eyes getting better. Praise God. At one point I couldn't see the comments on YouTube, but now you got people now who actually doing polygamy. I see people now on social media. I see couples now on social media talking about they in a polygamous marriage, and they happy and they promoting that other people should do it. Last week I was watching Harley Initiated, and they had a couple on there. The man was married to multiple women. He had his main wife on there, and he was married to multiple women, and then she was married to multiple husbands. And they first when they first got married, it was a monogamous marriage. But then the man introduced polygamy to the woman. It always gotta be that man want polygamy though. The man introduced polygamy to his wife, so she being a weak woman, like a lot of women is. A lot of women are not queen conscious, because a queen conscious ain't gonna share no man. And I don't care if it's her husband. And a lot of times, and I'm gonna talk about submission tomorrow. But a lot of times, women feel like because he's my husband, I gotta submit to him. You know, I've heard women say that. Like their husband. One situation was the couple that was monogamous, but the man wanted polygamy. At first, the woman, she kicked against it. She said, "No, I don't want that." The man used the scripture to manipulate the woman and say, "You gotta submit. You're not being submissive." So the woman agreed to bring somebody else in their marriage. It really wasn't polygamy. Really, it was just because again, if you marry and you bring another woman in the marriage in the bed with y'all, that's not polygamy. It's not polygamy. You know what I'm saying? So he brought the other woman in the bed, and then guess what? He ended up, you know, spending more time with the other woman, and the wife got jealous. See, and that what happened when you try to bring in multiple people and marry multiple people. You know what I'm saying? Them people that was on Harley Initiated, now that couple they got divorced by the way. When when they brought the girl in the bedroom, that couple they got divorced. They no longer married. That room they divorced, bring somebody else in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? But the couple I saw on Harley Initiated, they claim that they happy. Again, the man married to two other women, and she married to two other husbands, and they, claim that they happy. It's the way to go. They say that human beings not meant to be in monogamous relationships. That's a lie, straight from the pits of hell. And today I came to set the record straight, to go against that nonsense that these people putting out here, influencing people to get in a polygamous marriage. And I'm trying to tell you, the only way you can be happy in a situation like that if you're not in love with your husband or your wife. But when you're in love with your spouse, not just love them, but in love with them, you don't want nobody else in the bed having sex with them. Because by nature, human beings, we are selfish and jealous, men and women. By nature, God made us that way. Even little babies be born. We was born, as babies, jealous, and you find a little baby, already jealous and selfish. Babies are selfish. Baby, we were born that way. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that they really, really happy. They're not happy. Unless they don't love each other. Unless they're not in love with each other. But they claim to be happy and this the way to go and all this stuff right here, we happy, we got this going on, blah blah blah, they're not happy. They're not happy. Because I can speak from a man perspective. Ain't no in the world I'm in love with my wife. We in love and I really love her and I'm okay with having multiple husbands. Now maybe women could probably tolerate that more, but I know men can't. One thing about us men, we don't want nobody messing with our woman. And men can have multiple women, but when it's done to us, oh no, we don't like that. No, we don't. You see what I'm saying? So don't let these people, influence y'all to get into, a polygamous relationship. Talking about men are not meant to be monogamous. I saw a video went viral. A woman say that y'all hoes are stupid for leaving these men for cheating on y'all. They don't mean nothing by that. These men don't love these hoes. Men not meant to be monogamous. Men meant to be polygamous. Y'all need to start leaving these men for everything they need and all that stuff here. I'm like, wow. And it went viral. And so now what that's doing is it's influencing men and women. Social media plays a very important part in why the world's so jacked up today. It's good, but it's also a bad come with social media. And you see so many negative influences on social media promote this crap. And that's what the problem is. And again, they're using the Bible and say that God allowed polygamy and that polygamy is of God and is okay. But yes, that is true. In the Old Testament, God did allow polygamy, but that wasn't the original plan that God had for marriage. The original plan that God had for marriage was for one man and one woman, not two men and two women. He created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and not Eve and Yvette. One man and one woman. And then he said, for this purpose, a man should leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, singular wife, and the two should become one flesh. So a husband and wife are one. They are one flesh. They are one flesh. He didn't say cleave to his wives, but it said cleave to his wife, which is one flesh. And but God did allow polygamy for a temporary time in the Old Testament, and I'm gonna give you some reasons why. The first reason was because God wanted to hurry up to populate the earth. So if a man can have 5 wives, and so that means he can have 5 babies in 1 year. And and the plan was too to have a lot of males, a lot of men, a lot of males, a lot of male babies. you know. So he allowed, that for a temporary time, because it would take more longer if every man had one wife, because a woman gonna have a baby once a year. So that was one reason why God allowed it. Another reason why God allowed it was because, in biblical days, women didn't work. They couldn't have an education. They was raised in that culture, to be provided for by their brothers or and their daddy and their family, males in their family. In order for a woman to, you know, in order for a woman to, have protection and provision, she had to get married. She had to get married because men was the only one that provided and protected women back in those days. In biblical days. You know, so if a man wanted to marry and he had the money to, that's another thing too. A lot of men in biblical days, they couldn't afford multiple wives, but the men who had money, they could afford multiple wives. And so a woman had no choice to um, be in a polygamous marriage because if she don't have no brothers and no daddy, she got no choice to share a man. She had, if a man wanted to marry her, if she wanted provision and protection, she had to share a man. But the time we're living in now, women can work now. Women can make more money than men. Women can provide for themselves. So there's no need for polygamy no more. You know what I'm saying? So now women don't have to share no man. And that one thing that a woman should never share is a man. That one thing a woman should never share is a man. And I'm telling you, as a woman, you're not really happy. The women that did polygamy in back in the day, they wasn't happy, but they ain't had no choice. They ain't had no choice. If they want, provision and protection, they had to allow, a man to that share a man. Another reason was because men was dying, a lot going to war. Back in those days, men had to go to war and fight. A lot of men was dying. So to keep the males, males, being born, that's another reason why they did polygamy back in the biblical days. And even after the biblical days, they still practice that, that was, let's see, another reason. Three reasons. It's another reason that slipped my mind. But those are reasons why God allowed it in the Old Testament. Again, women could not work, women could not provide for themselves. A woman, had to have male protection. So she had to share a man. If she did not get married, she had to sell herself to make money to eat, and she was pretty much on her own for her protection. Cause the same thing going on today, going on back in those days. Women, didn't have no male protection. She would get, violated, get her body taken and stuff like that, taken advantage of, you know. So women had to share. They had to share. But we don't live in that culture no more. Women don't have to share a man no more. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can't even set the record straight that, polygamy, in the eyes of God is no longer, allowed anymore. Because like I said, God said, for this purpose a man should leave his wife and the two should become one flesh. His wife, not wives, God never intended for a woman to share no man. God always wanted a woman to be loved by, one man. In the New Testament, in 1 Corinthians, Paul said, I wish every man don't touch a woman, but for the sake of lack of self control, you know, it's best to marry and to burn. And let every man have his own wife, and every woman have her own husband. You know, so that's you know evidence that in the eyes of God, polygamy is no longer allowed. So don't let these people influence y'all. Oh, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. These people are wicked and they immoral, and they trying to break the conscience of a woman. You know, a lot of it is just male chauvinism. You know, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow. To empower men and to break the conscience of a woman. They promote this crap. You know, but like I said, that's not what God always wanted for women. God always wanted a man to love one woman. And men can be monogamous, but a lot of men, they watch all this stuff and they get all this stuff inside their spirit and their mind. They don't have self control. That's why mainly reason why a lot of men want to be with multiple women, because they don't have self control. It's lust. That's where it come from. And then now they want to influence women to settle, to share. I mean, and some women are in agreement with that. If it went viral, a woman said he can cheat and all that here, long him bring no baby back or something. She said it went viral. The man cheated on a woman and she let the man cheat and all that here, you know. But that's what society want. They want women to, fall for this polygamy lifestyle to keep women in bondage. You know, I don't know where it came from, but God ain't never intended for a woman to be mistreated and mishandled and sharing the men and stuff like that right now. That's not what God always intended. God always wanted a woman to be loved and valued by one man. And one thing about it, you know, when a man don't treat his wife right, God, he hinder his prayers, and his prayers get hindered. His prayers get hindered. And, what you gotta realize is, you know, the same relationship that God has with his people, that Christ has with the church, the same kind of relationship that he want a man to have with his wife. Be faithful, loyal, dedicated, treat her like a queen, be gentle with her, and that's what the Bible means by treating a woman as though she are a weaker vessel. And religion have taken that and twisted it around, and used that as in the woman on a weaker vessel, like, it's a put down, like women are weaker than men and men stronger. It's not really what they're saying. That scripture is saying treat your wife as though she are the weaker vessel. Treat her like the weaker vessel. But the church, religious people have taught that, a man's supposed to dominate and control his wife, his woman. And in the book of Peter, that's what the Romans was doing, the Christian Romans, because the Romans, they live a certain way, in Romans back in that day, their wives were treated like second-hand citizens, and they couldn't own property, nothing like that. They couldn't work, same thing, they weren't treated right. So when the Romans became Christian, they were still treating their wife the same way that the Romans was treating their wife. And Peter told them, like, y'all got this wrong. That's why Peter went to the Romans and tell them, if you don't treat your wife like the weaker vessel, God not gonna answer your prayer. Your prayer's gonna be hindered. See, and that's how much God loved, women. And God loved men too, because He's also said too that a woman should respect her husband and submit to her husband, as she do unto the Lord. So the same reverence and respect that a woman has for God, she should have for her husband. But her husband ought to love her into submission by treating her as though she was a vessel, by being, and see what that scripture really means in 1 Peter 3:7. You know, God gave me a revelation on that scripture. Because you know I read it so many times, and I was like, I really don't. I get it, but I wanted something like deep. I wanted something deep, like what you really meant. And I prayed about it, asked God, what you really meant about the woman on the weaker vessel. You know, I thought about it. Is women are God? You saying that women are weaker, emotionally weaker than men? And no, it's not true. A woman can be emotionally stronger than men too. Now, she might be the physical weaker one in most cases, physically weaker than a man, 9 times out of 10. But a woman is emotionally strong, because, for a woman to carry another human being and push another human being out of her, and that takes a lot of emotions. And to nurture that human being and raise that child up. And, a lot of women doing it on their own now, because they had to leave their cheating boyfriend, or the boyfriend put hands on them, stuff like that right there. And one thing about it, we have to stop um, bashing single mothers. Stop putting down single mothers and bashing single mothers, because every time you got a single mother, it was a man that got her pregnant though. So we can't hold the women accountable and don't hold the men accountable. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, women are more emotional, stronger than men in some cases. So it's not talking about that. So like God, so what does it mean to treat the woman as a weaker vessel? I Googled it. I didn't like what Google said about it, and so I said, it gotta be something deeper than that, dude. And then one day, I forgot about it and it came back to my spirit, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, you remember when you used to break out UPS, and they had certain packages with a white and red label on it, and they had fragile, handled with care. And I was like, yeah. And God said, that's what I meant by treat her as the weaker vessel. I mean to handle her with care. Because what's inside that package is valuable, it's fragile. And what the package handler was trying to, the person who packed the package was trying to tell, the driver and the package handler that, hey, this is something valuable inside here. You can't throw it around. You can't kick it. You can't punch it, because if you do it, you're gonna break it. And that's the revelation that God gave me, and that's what it really meant by treating a woman as though she are the weaker vessel. To treat her like she's fragile, to be gentle with her, to handle her with care. Don't be rude to her. Don't call out her name. Don't curse her out, because if you do that, God will not hear your prayer. And if you ever get in a place where you need God as a man, and you dogging your wife out, and you praying to God to heal you, or you praying to God to do something for you, to bless you, guess what? God gonna turn his ear away from you, because you dishonoring the queen that God gave you. See, when God made a woman, he made a queen. When God made a man, he made a king. And he made the man to honor and respect and cherish the woman. And also the woman put to respect and honor her husband. You see what I'm saying? And that's the relationship that God have created between men and women. The first marriage was created by God. God was the first one that marriage is God's idea. God created marriage between one man and one woman. And I hate to get off topic, but this is the reason why I'm so strong on men liking men and women liking women, because it goes against the order of God. This is why I'm so strong on that. And I know a lot of people get in their feelings and I talk about it here, but I can't compromise, you know, and be like everybody else and don't say nothing about it. You know, I gotta be open and real, let y'all know that hey, God only wanted one man and one woman to come together. And the man supposed to value and cherish his woman, and the woman supposed to respect her husband. A lot of women disrespect men. A lot of women disrespect their husband. That's out of order. And this is why I keep telling men, don't just go with a woman because she's attractive, because she's pretty and all that kind of stuff there. You want to get to know that woman. Because a woman can either bring blessings and favor in your life, or she can bring misery in your life. And the Bible talks about it in the book of Proverbs. The Bible says a wise woman builds her house up, but a foolish woman tear it down. Why he didn't say a wise man build a house up and a foolish woman tear it down? And the foolish man tear it down. Why he didn't say that? You know what I'm saying? So that you know that a woman can either, bring blessings and happiness to you, or she can bring misery to you. And women have the influence, over men. And they always have and always would, So if that man loves that woman, she can really, a lot of times men will put up with a woman if he really love her, and she will emasculate that man. Until you become a strong man to say, hey, listen, enough is enough. Because you got some men out there, they yes men. Everything the woman say yes, 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 never challenge the woman. And the thing about it is, and us men, when we love a woman, we want her to be happy. When she's not happy, we not. I'm talking about when a man really loves a woman. We not happy. So a lot of times it's hard for us to check our woman. But sometimes a man, I'm not saying that a woman walk all over you as a man. You treat her right like a queen, and you respect and honor her, and she don't respect and honor you. You got to deal with that. Don't put your hands on her. But I've been with a woman who disrespected me, dishonored me. And I had to make a decision: do I want to stay in this right here, or do I want to go? And I decided to leave. She cursed me out. I ain't cursed her back out. I ain't called her name out. Because I'm a strong man. But see, a weak man will put hands on a woman that cursed him out. That's a weak man. But see, the thing about it is, if I got some men watching, the thing about it is, you got to pick a good woman, the woman that fits you. You see what I'm saying? You got to pick a woman that got more than just looks. Because if you pick an immoral woman can tear you down, boy. They can tear you us men down. So the same way God wants a man to love his wife and respect his wife, he want the wife to honor and respect her husband. It's a shame for a woman to tell her man to kiss my ass. That's disgraceful. And I've known a lot of women talk to their husbands like that, and the husband just sit there and put up with it. Me, I'm like this right here. I love hard. I'm never gonna disrespect my wife, my woman. Never gonna put my hands on her, no matter what she do, is what she say. As long as she ain't trying to take my life, we good. Now, if she try to take my life, then I gotta protect myself, But I'm not gonna put my hands on no woman, That's one thing I can say, I have never done. And I have had, at least two women in my life, hit me. And they weren't violent women, but we just had an argument, and they got they lost it and slapped me. It didn't even hurt. It didn't even hurt. And I just walked away. Both times I just walked away. You know, but because I'm a strong man, but a weak man will sit there and beat a woman down in the ground. But a strong man will walk away. And the thing about it is, a lot of times when a woman act up like that, it's because she got a lot of hurt and resentment in her, a lot of bitterness in her. You got to do with how she was raised, what she saw coming up, her previous relationships. If a woman was used to every man she been with put hands on her, sometimes, not all the time, she could become the abuser. I have known that happen a lot. Women start being an abuser after they, been in so many bad abusive relationships. They turn around and they be the abuser. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes a woman could, take a man's life. I've seen women, take a man's life. But men do it more than women. But, one situation, in Miami, do I tell y'all men that watch my videos, and one man coming the other on one of my videos I did, he was like, "Man, Coach Rod, you apologize to the man, man." He said, "Thank you, Coach Rod." So they let y'all know men watching. Men watching. Like Tony said, men learn in the dark. They're not gonna read too much. Every now and then they'll comment. But they watching. They watching. And this is why I tell y'all men to leave these crazy Instagram women alone. You don't want women like that, bro. A crazy Instagram woman killed this man. She got a knife and stabbed the man. He was all on the news. They caught her on camera about 3 times, punching this man. One time in the elevator, she was hitting the man. He stepped back. He didn't hit her back. That one time she hit him, he should have left her alone right there in the death. The first time she put a hand on him, he should have broke over her. But no, he couldn't let the girl put hands on him. And one day, she got a knife and she lost it. The Instagram model, the beautiful women that y'all men be gogging out of. Stop sniffing these women booty because they look good, bro. They ain't that. Come on now, stop doing that. Homegirl got a knife one day and she took his life. He dead. Messing around with a crazy woman, man. You know what I'm saying? So it go both ways, A woman could respect her husband, her man. Honor him. And a man respect and honor his wife, his woman. And one thing I'm big on is respect. If respect not enter a relationship in a marriage, guess what? I don't want to be in it. I'm not with the arguing, back and forth stuff. All that cussing each other out. Now some folks, they like to have that kind of stuff. Some people, they love drama. Me, I don't got time for that right there. You want to come in my life with all the arguing and cussing me out, I'm going to leave you alone. I want to have peace, I want to have a marriage where we hardly ever argue. We can go 5 years without no argument. See what I'm saying? But that's the way God wanted it to be. A man and a woman coming together. The man loving his wife to the point that he'll give his life for his wife. And the woman respecting and honoring her husband, nurturing her husband. The man protect his wife. That's what God always wanted for a woman. He wanted a woman to be protected. He wanted a woman to be valued by one man. It's not God's will for you to share a man. And women are right now are sharing men because they don't want to be by themselves. They're okay with being the other woman. And I had a client I coached the other day, and And she was saying like she know this guy, whatever. And at one time she saw him at the park or something like that. And but he was with somebody, you know. The guy looked handsome, cute, whatever. But she saw the same guy at a funeral or something like that. After the funeral, you know, he was by himself and he grabbed her, you know, said, "Come here, let me talk to you, whatever." And so she kind of liked the guy, you know. But she was saying, "Well, Coach Rob, I want your honest opinion on this video. My opinion is they not married. So isn't that wrong if I entertain that, right? They're not married, you know." And I told her, I said, if I was you, I wouldn't entertain that. Cause number one, that says a lot about that man. Cause number one, if he gonna cheat on her with you, what you think he gonna do to you if he wasn't leave her to come to you? You can't trust a man like that. See what I'm saying? Or number two, he could just try to go between you, both of y'all, you and her, you know. And do what a lot of men do, you know. Oh, I'm not happy. I'm gonna leave her, whatever. Talk bad about her. Yeah, I'm leaving her. You know, this and that and the other, and we move forward for that. Now, you know, the man, you know, say he love her and all that kind of stuff here. Now she get him in her body. Now guess what? Now they fighting over me. And it was a woman got killed like that. She messing with a man. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, like, women, you don't have to shit on a man. And don't fight over no man, sis. This woman was with a man. This is a good woman, nice looking woman. I mean, she had things going for herself. She got with a man. The man started off real good. He was very nice to her. They had a good relationship. But the man started fooling around with his ex. I be there with baby mama. So he started fooling around with her. And the two women started fighting over the man. They arguing on social media over the guy, you know, in inboxes, you know, oh, F you and all that kind of stuff. You can have him, oh, this is my man, all in here. But the man ex killed his new girlfriend. She got a gun and shot her. Now the girl dead fighting over a man. This is why you don't fight over no man. See, doing stuff like that, thinking like, well, you know, they not. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because other women probably think the same way. You know, but the reason why it's okay because they're not married though. If he ain't married, you know, I can entertain that. But you don't know what you're gonna get into. You don't know the other woman could be crazy. You don't know the other one find out that y'all messing around with each other. She might go get a gun, and she might find out where you work at somewhere, find out where you live, be sitting outside your house. That what happened to the girl. It was on YouTube when the guy cheated on her. He went back to the baby mama and cheated on her with her. Then that baby mama, they were arguing on Facebook about it, back and forth. So the baby mama got a gun and she went somewhere, I don't know, I forgot exactly what happened, but I saw the story. But she ran up on him, pow, 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 shot her over a man. This is why you don't fight over no man. And this is why, like, in y'all Christian women, when it come down, not all Christian women, but when it come down to a man, Christian women, man, you know, some Christian women, they just, I don't understand. They will lie on God. I had a woman reach out to me. This wasn't a coaching session, but years ago she messaged me on Facebook, and she was saying, you know, she met this man. She didn't know he was married. They got together. You know, he started spending the night at her place. You know, so he comes to her place, spend the night time. He got some clothes over there and everything. So he didn't tell you to move all the way in, but you know, he spent time over there. You know, kind of find out this man was married. Wife found out about it. You know, got in contact with her. Inbox her, whatever, you know, hey, you sleep with my husband, all this, so they go back and forth, you know. And, you know, eventually the man ended up, So see what happened. So he was living with her. He was with her for a little bit because he was going back and forth between two women. And he called to say he needed her to come and get him because he broke down or something like that. And when she left the house, he went to her house and got all his stuff out, went back home to the wife. And when she found out about it, she was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And he let her know, "I'm back home with my wife, whatever." Now she's sitting here talking about God said it's her husband. And you're an usher in the church, and you ain't got no sense to know God ain't gonna tell you to marry no man that's already married. That's my husband, Cole Rod. I know that's my husband. God told me that's my husband. Come on, man. Fighting over a man, sharing a man. Once you find out that a man messing with somebody else's, you gotta say, you know what, brother, this can't happen right here. Because you deserve better than that. God has not created you for you to be sharing no man. You to be fighting over no man. Back in the day, yes, biblical days and back in the older days, women had to share a man because they couldn't work. They couldn't get an education. But now y'all can work, make your own money. You ain't got to put up no man foolishness. But you got women still with the mentality of women back in the day, just to have a man, they rather share a man and let a man disrespect and dishonor them. Let a man cheat on them, and then they ain't going nowhere. And again, some Christian women, boy, like man, they the bad one. They the bad one, but one lady, I was told her husband kept cheating on her. He's a police officer. He was running women. And she kept calling the pastor, "Oh, pastor, he cheating on me again. Every time he cheating on me." Pastor told her, "Well, you got ground for the divorce." "Oh, I don't want to leave my husband. I'm gonna pray for my husband." Kept cheating on her, kept cheating on her. God gonna change him. You know when he changed? When he got old, and he can't get up. The hammer can't get up no more. Cause he used to be a fine, fit man. When he got old and got fat, and the hammer can't work, that's when he changed. Now you finna get, now you finna let him come and get in you with all that. Come on now, that man be out in the streets. You gonna let the man come and get in you? You still got women, a lot sharing the men. Then, oh, he changed. Yeah, he changed. Yeah, you sharing. In one situation, I heard that the woman prayed for the man to change, and he brought her back something she couldn't get rid of. The HIV. You know what I'm saying? This is why I tell y'all, like, don't fight with no man. Don't share no man. Don't share no man. Because not all men, but a lot of these men out here who doing that, they doing it not to be in polygamy, they doing it to be a whore. They doing it for rotation. It's very popular now that men have women on rotation. Men have rotation lists. And some women are allowing it. Some women are allowing it. I be seeing it on YouTube. A man said, "I told the girl that I got you on my rotation list." And he said, the girl said, "Hey, oh, it's okay." And that's how they got together. And now he supposedly in love with her. And they got a good relationship. Yeah, right. He had to go on rotation. But he said, see when the man got women on rotation, he gonna spend more time with the woman that's more attractive, his type. And that's what the guy said. So I was spending time with the other one because they was more my type and more attractive. She was attractive too, but they was more attractive than my type. But I realized that she a good woman. So, I let them alone. I'm faithful to her and all this here. Now we together. He ain't changed. He ain't changed. Cause men don't change like that. I'm just being real. Can a cheater change? Yeah, they can change, but on one thing they can change. They got to surrender to God. They got to surrender to God. If a man don't surrender to God, God the only one that can help that man change. I don't think a man is gonna all of a sudden now, oh I got a good woman, let me start cheating on her and be faithful. Cause again, that cheating comes from lust. And you can't never quench lust. And that's the number one reason why, a lot of men cheat. Now I don't know why women cheat because I'm not a woman. So I only can speak from a man perspective. I can't say well, women cheat because I'm not a woman. I don't know why they cheat. A woman gotta answer that question. But there are many reasons why men cheat. But the number one reason is because of lust. Because of lust. And then women thinking like, hey, if I F him up, suck him up every day, he ain't going nowhere. That's not always true. If you're a good man, if you got control over his lust, then yeah, that will help him stay be with you. But if he a man that's lustful, and he never got control over his sexual desire, one woman not gonna be enough. I don't care how good your stuff is. And some women was taught that if you got good stuff, you got good now putting that man gonna love you, girl. You know, somewhat true, but it's all depends on that man though. If that man is a player, if that man is a hoe or a dog, I don't care how good your stuff is. Your stuff ain't no better than the other woman. He gonna find somebody out that's just better than you. See what I'm saying? So, in my conclusion, don't settle for this foolishness what's going on. Y'all right here sharing the man, fighting over a man. You deserve better than that right there. When God created you, He created you to have only one man and one man to love you and be faithful to you. In the Old Testament, in the book of Malachi, they were not being faithful to their wife. And they were bringing their gift to the altar. And the prophet told them, God is rejecting your gift because you are being unfaithful to your wife. When a man unfaithful to you, that's how much God cares about you. God loves you so much too. If a man is unfaithful to you, he cannot give God an offering. He cannot give God. God will not receive his offering. God will not receive his worship, his praise because he disrespects. That's how much God cares about you. That's how much God loves you. And I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody need to hear this video. Somebody gonna come across this video and you in a situation right now and you sharing the man. Or man between you and another woman. And you ain't gonna let him go. So let that man go. You deserve better. You deserve better. Cause he's not gonna start with the other woman. He gonna keep going. Long a man gonna do what you allow a man to do, sis. A man will do something like a man will be with you and cheat on you. Long as you let him keep cheating on you, then what he gonna do? But then again, he probably get with somebody else and treat her like a queen. See what I'm saying? But the whole time he dogs you right because you let him. But the one who ain't gonna put up with that, and the one he really want, the one who gonna hold the butt accountable, men do what y'all allow him to do. A man can be monogamous. But we got so many women selling for sharing the man, let men cheat. Well, we might well, and I heard a lot of women saying this online. We might well let them cheat. We might well share a man because they gonna cheat. All men cheat. Men not meant to be monogamous anyway, so we might well go ahead and let them. No. Why not be by yourself? You got to have a man. And I'm not promoting like you never getting married, but you got to be strong enough as a woman to say, before I share a man, I'd rather be single and die alone before I share a man. I don't mind dying alone. Because one thing I'm not going to share no man. If I can have the whole man, get what? Then I'd rather be single. That's the mindset that women should have. Don't share no men, don't fight over the men, and don't let these folks get online telling y'all about the polygamy stuff. Them folks ain't happy. They're not happy. They doing it for different reasons. I don't know why, but you can't tell me you married to a woman and she got two other husbands, and then the man got two other wives, and they all happy. They're not happy. They're not gonna tell y'all what's going on behind closed doors, because even in biblical days, whenever they had multiple women, it was always problems. When Sarah told Abraham to get Hagar, to get her pregnant, Sarah and Hagar were going back and forth. Hagar said, I got me a son. You ain't got no son. And that's when Sarah said, get that heifer out of here. Told Abraham, get her out of here now. But that's my baby mama. She got my child. I don't care. Get him and that child out. Made Abraham kick the woman Hagar and Abraham's son out. Both of them get out my house. Everybody in the Bible that had polygamy, trust me, it wasn't good. They had trouble. You can't have no two women in the same house with the same man. They ain't gonna fight, argue. Come on, man. But they get on here with all that lying, y'all. Oh, it's so good. Jacob had Sarah, Rachel and Leah. And Rachel and Leah were fighting the whole time. Come on, man. They were fighting the whole time. And they were sisters. Then Eli with Peninnah, Samuel mama. I forgot the man's name. That was son of husband, but he had two wives. Samuel daddy, and him and the girl go back and forth. The woman go back and forth, and the woman kept picking at her. Oh, we ain't got no child. We ain't got no child. And it was God's. I can't read the other one. So I read the comment. You see what I'm saying? Every situation you saw in the Bible that the polygamy was done, it was always trouble. But these folks gonna get online and tell y'all about how good it is, and you should try polygamy, and you know, we're not meant to be monogamous people. We're not meant to love only one person. That's a lie. That's a lie. We can't make love one person. Trust me. Because the way how we made as human beings, we are selfish. We are selfish and we jealous. It's in our nature to be selfish. We were born selfish. And when we love somebody, we want them to ourselves. That's human nature. If you're not selfish with your wife or with your husband, you're not in love. If you're okay with your husband in this era, if you're not doing polygamy, because like I say, in the Old Testament way, in the old days, even in the old days too, they did it for a reason. They ain't do it just for a man to have a lot of women and a woman have, you know. But this couple here, the woman had two husbands and he had two wives. That's not the reason to do polygamy. They're doing it out of lust, because they say, you know, I was married, but I started liking somebody else. So you mean tell me the woman was married, the man was married, they was on holiday shit in a couple. You know, and the man said to her, you know, we can do polygamy, whatever. She thought about it and she went ahead with it. So he got him some two wives. She said, well, you know, I like this other guy. He looked good, whatever. You know, could I have me some husbands? Yeah, go ahead. Now she got two husbands. Child, that's lust. That's lust. And they got a whole movement going on. Yeah, influencing people to do what they doing. They got people, you know what I'm saying, looking up, they're like influencers and mentors, teaching people like this is how you should do it. We're not meant to be monogamous people. They don't read some book and all this stuff here. I don't read some such book and all that here, child. That's a man's opinion. I can right now write me a book and put my opinion down, and people can read it and like, oh, come on now, where they get that from? Every book y'all read, it ain't always true. It's just a man's opinion. You know what I'm saying? And now I can't set the record straight that God loves you so much that He don't want you with two. He don't want you sharing no man. He don't want you to have one man. And that one man supposed to love you like Christ. And be faithful to you and cherish you and honor you and respect you. That's difficult for a man to want to come to you with some polygamy. And as a woman, you have to be willing to say, you know what? I'd rather be by myself before I let another woman sleep with my husband. I'm not having it. Because men, when they would come to y'all and use that Bible, oh, they didn't know this. A lot of men now are manipulating women with the Bible, manipulating their wife with the Bible. And women are allowing this mess. Talking about submission. Understand that right there. When God made man and woman, his plan was one man and one woman. The two should become one flesh. Homemade period. 8 o'clock drive, thank God for tuning in tonight. I just want to go ahead and share this with y'all because, you know, I got to set the record straight, you know. See some comments on here. I can't even imagine that. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad, but, you know, this time we living in. We living in a time, like I think you worship Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And a lot of people is turned up to a reprobate mind to the point where they lost and they might not even never get back. To the point where God don't give up on them. Cause when you do it wrong and you don't have no conviction about it and you promoting it, that's a reprobate mind. It's sad, man. It's so much stuff going on here in these streets, and you know, and all this stuff you're doing is keeping people single because some women are not gonna go for that. So a lot of women gonna be like, well, I'd rather be single if I got to share a man. It's all they doing is keeping people single. So I can really set the record straight. Like, don't fall for the lie. Men can be monogamous. Trust me, a man can love one woman if he want to, but it all depends on that man. See, the man gotta do the work, and that's what a lot of these men not doing. A lot of these men not doing the work, cause they feeding themselves lust all day long, watching that stuff on Instagram, watching nasty movies. They got a fan on their page, you know, scratch a woman fan on the page, and then they holler submission. Oh, submit, and you scratch a fan on the page, a woman online. You want somebody to submit to you? Come on now. Can they be faithful? But they want to holler submission. It's crazy, man. But anyway, thank y'all so much. I'm coming back on tomorrow night. I'm gonna talk about submission, what it really means. Submission. I'm gonna get down on. I'm gonna dig into it. You know. I probably gonna have some notes and I'm gonna do some teaching. You know, some teaching tomorrow night. Some scripture references on everything about submission and what it's all about. So tomorrow night, about around 8 o'clock, 9, between 8 and 9, be looking out. Somebody was saying on YouTube, could I notify them ahead because they keep missing my live, but I tried to do the thing where it reminds, it's like like a preview. It'll say Coach Rob coming live, such a date. you know. But I'm trying to figure out how to work that. You know, I haven't done it, and I'm trying to do. I tried to do it last night, but I couldn't figure out how to work it. So once I figure out how to work that, you know, y'all will get notified on YouTube ahead of time when I'm gonna come on. You know, I don't know how to do it on Facebook, but I'll just post, you know, on my timeline on Facebook. But God bless y'all. Talk to y'all soon. All right, good night.